For so long, we've been here, we've been trying.
Hi there, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Springboard Hangout. The Springboard Hangout, as you know, is our advocative program where we share fun ideas and also learn at the same time. My name is Comfort Okran. Today, we continue our series on adding value to yourself. And today we are looking at soft skills and how attitude can be important issues that will help you rise up in the workplace. But why is that? You know, in 2016, the World Economic Forum did a poll and realized that soft skills are one of those key attributes that an individual, anyone interested in making a mark on the workspace should inculcate as part of that. Therefore, what are soft skills? Do you have them? Can you not have them? And if you do, what can you do to increase your value on the market? Today, Miss Nancy, our media personality and coach, will be with us to take us step by step by step. But before we unpack all that, stay there. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, Miss Nancy will be on floor. Don't go anywhere. Call somebody to be part of this program. We'll be right back.
Get me York's rent-a-car. I need a car in 15 minutes. Hi, I'm Jake Morris, and I travel globally. But when I'm in Ghana, York's Rent-a-Car is my reliable choice for safety and comfort on the road. York's Rent-a-Car provides comprehensive logistics services to mainly blue-chip companies as well as individual clients.
At the time, we needed a car rental service, and York's fitted in very well to our standards.
Their services is top-notch. Drivers are on time.
It was beautiful to see them behind the wheels. And anytime they pick up a guest, the guests were very, very happy.
Already? Excellent. York's Rent-a-Car provides services and expertise that include meet and greet services at the airport, car rental, driver personnel outsourcing, and vehicle detailing.
What's the problem? It's you. I told you. York's Rent-a-Car delivers world-class service to its customers, having their highest safety and comfort in mind. So watch you. Go over open for him.
York's Rent-a-Car runs 24/7 operations where customers can make car reservations and inquiries of our services online and also call our hotline.
Welcome back to the Springboard Hangout. You know, we're looking at attitude and soft skills, leading to adding value to yourself. And as I said, Miss Q is going to add value to us about our attitude and our soft skills. So, Miss Nancy,
yes, ma'am.
you most welcome.
Thank you.
The Hangout
Thank
tonight.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, what are soft skills?
Okay, so I prefer to say they are just common sense characteristics with which you live and work with people. These skills are unfortunately not taught in school. These are not part of the programs that you studied no matter what you did. But these are things that you need for every career advancement, from those that do in Sanujuma to those that are writing, always sitting in the air condition, the ones standing on the street. Everybody needs some soft skills to help push whatever it is that they are doing. And it is beautiful that we are in an age and an era where people say that, yes, you can study and get all the A's attached to your name. So doctor, blah, 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 all the letters is right there. But with a certain attitude, only can you rise to the top. With a certain attitude, only can others look up to you and learn from you. So yes, having a great retentive memory is essential. But the character that comes with this is what will take you places or not.
It's what will take you places or not. Hey, this is deep. So we're talking about soft skills. We're talking about it being a part of a person's career. We're talking about it being an invaluable aspect, essential aspect of every human being. Doesn't matter what your job requires, doesn't matter what your qualification is. Soft skills is so essential that nobody can afford
not to have them.
Not to have them.
Or not to grow them.
Can you tell us, when you talk about soft, what is in this basket called soft skills?
Now, the first most important thing is communication.
Communication.
Communication for whatever you do. Your ability to talk to people. Have them listen to you and talk back to you is important, no matter your chosen profession. That is given. Now, there are two types of communication. We have the verbal and the non-verbal communication. Depending on what you do, your verbal communication may be essential or may be one that is above the non-verbal communication. But mostly, in a real communicative state, we say that 55% of our communication is non-verbal. What it means is that it does not matter what I'm saying now, whether you hear me or not. My body language is telling you that I'm probably saying something exciting, important or not. Your body language is supporting what I am saying. Looking at your face, I'm getting energy from you, thinking that, your body language is telling me that, okay, I'm interested, I like what she's saying, I'm excited about what she's saying, or I am not. So while I'm talking, you are not talking back, but I'm picking off feedback from your body language and your voice. And most important, thank you, I'm boring, I should shut up, right? That is just what you did with your body.
Exactly. I wanted to show the difference between how the body can portray how interested you are and how my body, without saying a word. When I slammed and I did this, it just like...
So bring this to an office setting where you have a subordinate that you called into your office to address some official issues. And as you're speaking to the person, this person gives you this kind of body language and voice. And she says, but when he was talking, I never spoke. But when he was talking, I didn't say anything. So why is he saying that I'm disrespectful?
Hey!
Ma'am, 55% of your communication is non-verbal. And that is even louder than the voice. And so these are things that we should mind. So communication, talking, listening, being listened to, people talking back, having the ability to also shut up and listen to what other people have to say is essential to you, your career advancement, if you want to go far. Now, there are people that just came in to earn a living and go away. They may not mind this because they just, But for somebody that wants to be in leadership, communication is so important.
If you are there and you are saying, well, it doesn't really matter.
I don't like talking. You don't like talking, ma'am, and you applied to be a front desk executive. You applied to be the face that people meet in a company, and you say you do not like talking, neither do you like smiling. You do not like people. For every career path you have chosen, there should be a character that comes with it. Listen, if you're a doctor and you are not so humorous, when people come to you when they are sick, they want to experience that you are knowledgeable and you're giving them information and anything that will cause them to be healed. So at that point, if you're unable to make them laugh, really they are not bothered. But you cannot be at a certain environment with another kind of job. Say you are a preacher woman, you are a preacher man, whenever you're given the microphone, everything you go is straight information, nothing to cause us to have some bit of a release of humor. Uncle, now you're serious. You will get bored with your presentation.
No, you see, because we are in the house of the Lord, we have to be serious.
There is fullness of joy. Just in the Bible. There is fullness of joy. And how do we get that joy?
When we're talking, I was like, okay, so soft skills, you know, you're including your communication, you're looking at your team skills, building
Teamwork.
skills, you're looking at saying something like interpersonal skills, you're looking at emotional intelligence, you're looking at how adaptable somebody is and that kind of stuff. Now, how different are these soft skills from what one will call the core competence or the hard skills?
The hard skills. So, I mean, you go to school, you study, you have lectures, you have information, you write exams to make you knowledgeable, to have extreme knowledge about something that you want to practice, whichever career. Or probably you went to be an apprentice to learn how to sew. So now you know how to cut, you know how to sew, you know how to do the finishing work. You sew.
That is the hard skill.
That is the hard skill. You reading your books, you learning how to cut human bodies and putting them together makes you a doctor. Beautiful. That is given. But how are you going to be that doctor that gives, you know, with soft skills here, it's about how you make people feel after an experience with you. How they feel. How do they live feeling? You go to the hospital, one doctor says, mommy, we are ready, and she, dear Kika, mommy, one more any umbrella be woo. Oh, 1 more any umbrella, 1 week crab, I'll be woo. Oh, and there is another doctor that will tell you that this is critical, but that is why I have so much knowledge. And I will help you. We will do everything to sustain you and help you to live longer. These two are truths. And for real. But one would leave you almost healed than the other. Because of a certain level of empathy, emotional intelligence. And this is not taught probably in school. No. Nobody tells you that, listen, as a doctor, you have to be kind with your words. You have to be sympathetic and empathetic to how people feel. No. It is for you. And comfort, these are things that we're not only learning for ourselves, we are learning so that when we are raising children, we put all of those. Some parents are so interested in the A's and the B's that their children have, they forget about the soft skills with which they will do well. The skills with which they will live with other people. They will relate to other people, work with other people. It is essential that you raise your children to understand that teamwork is important. So it's not every day that you cut the work out there for all your children. You sweep, you brush, you do this. You tell them that all of you are sweeping the hall. When you are done, all of you are going into the bathroom to clean the place. When you are done, all of you are going to wash. From day one, from the house, they know that there are things that when we do in togetherness, it is swift. It is lovely. Working together is essential. Another woman is raising her child such that they know that, okay, I am supposed to accomplish something and take the glory for it, and I will not share the glory. And so at work, when they have an idea that they are not in charge of the lead of the project, they will not share it because they are afraid that somebody will take the glory because they are unhealthily competitive. Because they lack a certain skill that was not brought, they were not brought up with. So these are not things that are literally taught in schools. For some careers, you may find some, but it is essential for you to understand that if you will do well, the A's are essential. How people meet with you, how you make people feel, how you interact with other people is more important.
You know, what you've just said, kind of brings to mind the need to find the balance between one's soft skills and one's hard skills. Because, yes, it's good to win with the technical or competencies, but the ability to also relate with other people or the ability to understand other people when they
important.
It's extremely important. We are living in a world that somehow we are living both online and offline.
Yeah.
So
Our
some
digital world.
Our digital world. And some offices have the in-person, some people have the offline and the online, and then they have, some people have the blended.
Yeah.
You know, when we scrape each other, that's when we kind of sharpen each other. But here we are in our homes. How can one ensure that one is able to interact with his or her teammates in a way when we are online? I mean, in the digital world, how can we make it such that we can still understand each other?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I learned a long time ago is that texting, writing, emails, text messages are without emotions. And sometimes can be easily misinterpreted, and they can easily hurt other people's feelings. And so in our time and age, I will still go back to the fact that even if we are working remote, away from the office, let us verbally communicate before we write. I mean, there are things that somebody would write, and if the person has spoken to you ahead of the official writing, you wouldn't take it so personally. You know, there is something that writings, that formal writings are devoid of, a lot of emotions. And so if you are not careful, you would always step on toes, because, I mean, anything you put on an official writing is formalized. Official, formalized, and so you have no ways of taking it back. It is documented. That's the word I was using, yes. But sometimes when there is a kind of jojo, you would be able to come to a certain conclusion, and so you're right. So sometimes it is important for us to put these things down by talking on the telephone. We thank God for telephone, where no matter where you are in the world, I can hear your voice, you can hear mine. And as you were giving me explanations, my oh, I get it, can give you encouragement and make you feel like you're being understood and nobody's trying to stand in your way. So it's essential that even those working remotely keep in touch on the telephone.
Remote work? Don't think it's only so for you to just sit down, keep in touch with others on the phone. I mean, well, or even on something like Zoom, where you can see the person,
beautiful,
you know, or Teams. It's just that we don't like seeing ourselves in there because we haven't combed our hair.
You know, everybody runs away from the Zoom meetings, right? Yes.
So here we are. I know complex problem solving is one key skill or soft skill that one must develop.
Yes.
What do you have to share about that?
See, the people that became greatest in this world are the people that looked for problems and they solved them.
I like that.
Yes. I mean, somebody realized that, yes, when it's night, we wish that we could have some light that looks like day. So how are we going to do that? And that person started researching into it and gave us light, electricity, or whatever it is that we eventually had light. And there was light at night, because originally there was no light at night. So somebody solved a problem and became great. So it is very unhealthy for you to be in an environment where something is going wrong and you feel that, well, this is not my department. Hey, we're the technical for what? Hey, we're the IT for. Hey, Nepa. Imagine, and probably there is something beyond what you've been given that you can add on, but you do not feel that that is how you become great. By doing more than you've been asked to do, that is how you stand out. That is how you make yourself feel relevant wherever it is that you find yourself. So problem solving should be nature. We should not be like a disciple. We should not, I've been given, the task to write 4 reports, and that is it. And I see that there is the need to write that 5th report because my boss probably did not look at us. But then let me send the phone and call the person and say, you know what? There is something that we ignored. I think we should, and I have presented it. Do more. Solve more problems. Then you will stand out. If you're doing exactly what everyone else is doing, everyone else being paid to do, then what is it? What is it? Now, my former job, one of my colleagues used to call me the wife of the business. Yes. Beyond me being a TV presenter, at a point, whenever my boss needed anybody to fix him, whether it was food for himself, for a meeting last minute, was anything that was like domestic officially, I would be called to do it. And I would always do it amazingly. And so beyond, yes, and I enjoyed actually doing that. So beyond being a great presenter, beyond being the head of, a style and makeup and wardrobe, I also had that ability such that any person that wanted anything amazing, I was throwing a party, my colleagues are throwing parties, they will say, oh, Miss Nancy, so who makes the best jollof in town? Miss Nancy, where can I get the finest fruit juices? Because it is something that I brought from my home to my office. It is not part of my KPIs, but I solved it, and it always works. I remember one time my boss just called me Sunday afternoon and says, tomorrow we have a meeting and I need let there be food and let there be plenty to drink. I'm like, Sunday afternoon, weekend.
Where am I going to get that?
Yeah. And when he just made the order and placed the phone down, and he came by 12 noon, and yes, there was food, and there was plenty to drink. I said, this official wife of mine, she's amazing. That's it. So you go on, add on extra. Make yourself valuable. There is somebody watching us and say, hey, so you go to work and then you go and behave like a wife. Me, I'm a 21st century corporate woman. I will do exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I'm not going to do anything feminine because I don't want them to put me in a box. I want them to see me as a human being and not as a woman. You speak English. Yeah. Keep on speaking English. Yeah. So there are things that we read, there are things that we come across on social media that makes us feel like if you're a woman, there are things that you are blessed with. These are soft skills, qualities. And once we are still at it, there is something that I want to add. Comfort, people should look at their personalities, their nature, and choose careers that makes it easy for them. Because, hey, if you are naturally an introvert and you want to become a TV star, your challenge will be that you will do amazingly on TV because you're probably a great presenter. We give you content, you're able to disseminate it. You have the glam and everything that goes with television. And then you walk outside the studio and you don't have the ability to smile to the security person right at your gate. And people say, hello, Miss Nancy. And you're like, and somebody wants to take a picture with you and you go like, don't come too close, please. An attitude that is not appropriate for your chosen profession. How do you say that I want to be a nurse and not have empathy, not have sympathy, not have feelings for the suffering? If you have feelings for the suffering and somebody comes in and the person is in labor and screaming off her head, yes, you've heard screams and every day it is irritating, but because you have empathy, you are feeling, oh, it's because of what her body is going through. Oh, mom, it would be fine. Take it easy. Can I rub your back? Can I give you a bottle of water to drink? Some people are with the wrong attitudes in the right profession, and so they themselves are frustrated and they are frustrating their clients.
Roll eyes.
Simply,
they have the right job, but with the wrong attitude, and they are frustrating everybody, including themselves actually.
Your daughter that you are pushing to become the nurse, when a little boy or girl falls in the house and has, a hurt, she stands there and says, Miss Romuja, I'm scared of blood. And you are pushing that child to become a doctor or a nurse. Don't you know that one panic attack can cost somebody's life? No, on a more serious note, sir, a doctor can open somebody up for surgery, and if he doesn't have the strength of mind, The sight of a human body being open can kill him himself.
You know, I remember so well. One day, I was in town, and then I was called that one of my children was hurt. So I got there, and I was told he had been taken to the clinic. So I flew up to the clinic. When I got there, they were stitching him up, and I was standing there. Then I advised myself and left the place.
Yes.
Why?
Because
no. I almost fainted, and I could feeling lightheaded. And I realized that if I don't leave, they'll stop attending to my child and rather come and attend to me because I had fainted.
You don't have the strength for
I
it.
don't have
Imagine
the
a person like you deciding to be a nurse.
Hey, boy.
And meeting an accident.
Hey, what?
Or, I mean, there is an accident and everybody is hurt and bleeding and everybody is dumped on you at one site. Before we know,
it ain't gonna happen because I will be part of the people that will take away to the mortuary.
You don't have patience. you do not have patience, and you want to be a teacher.
God can give us grace. So let's look at this. Then we'll go for a quick break. So if we have someone who is empathetic, or we have somebody who is emotionally intelligent. Yeah. If you take these two, are they two different parts of types of soft skills, or they are the same thing but on one spectrum?
No, I mean, they are two different but still essential together.
Okay.
Yeah, so a person with emotional intelligence would know that, listen, my colleague just called in and says that her child is unwell. And what is wrong with the child? Oh, the child has got some rashes on the skin.
They do.
And has a bit of a temperature. One boss will say, and one with an emotional intelligence, instead of saying that, will say, oh, that's quite unfortunate, and I'm wishing him or her speedy recovery, and I hope that you would be able to finish up with what you're doing before you leave to attend to, because he knows the information and knows that this is not a critical case that demands your presence. Yes, but instead of telling that, and you want to leave, you don't want to work, one will tell you that, oh, that's quite unfortunate. Please finish up quickly what you have to do and rush home.
Yeah.
And so you are still doing the job as you're supposed to do, but you feel like, oh, my boss cares. And that makes you feel great. And you would look at this person as a great leader, somebody that you can look up to, somebody that you can trust. And another person will tell you that, I mean, you are not serious at all. Just because your daughter is having rashes on her skin, you want to leave. Sorry, Neko, if you go, we will see. And then the person is demoralized, the person is hurt. Don't you have empathy? Don't you have sympathy? It's my child that is sick. And you know the feelings of mothers especially. Anything that's got to do with your child is major. It's major. I mean, everything is major.
Because they are babies.
Yes. So it is, imagine if you have, I mean, let me say, a boss who doesn't have a child yet and lacks emotional intelligence to empathize with situations like that. Yeah, it would be a boss you will endure, not enjoy. Yeah.
Well, we'll go on a quick break.
Get me York's rent a car. I need a car in 15 minutes. Hi, I'm Jake Morris, and I travel globally. But when I'm in Ghana, York's rent a car is my reliable choice for safety and comfort on the road. York's Rent a Car provides comprehensive logistics services to mainly blue chip companies as well as individual clients.
At the time, we needed a car rental service, and York's fitted in very well to our standards.
Their services is top-notch. Drivers are on time.
It was beautiful to see them behind the wheels. And anytime they pick up a guest, the guests were very, very happy.
Already? Excellent. York's Rent a Car provides services and expertise that include meet and greet services at the airport, car rental, driver personal outsourcing, and vehicle detailing.
What's the problem? Izio, I told you, York's Rent-A-Car delivers world-class service to its customers, having their highest safety and comfort in mind. So watch you. Go over open for him.
York's Rent-A-Car runs 24/7 operations where customers can make car reservations and inquiries of our services online and also call our hotline.
Welcome back to the Springboard Hangouts, and today we're looking at attitude and soft skills, and we are in the studios with Miss Nancy, the famous media personality and professional developer coach in Ghana. Yes, indeed. We are looking at soft skills development. And before we went on our break, Ms. Nancy, we looked at the difference between empathy and emotional intelligence and what kind of spectrum they are on. So having established that empathy helps you in your leadership role, additionally, empathy helps you bond with your fellow team members, and that understanding the role that thing plays helps in one's emotional intelligence and helps in, you know, making the workplace a nice place. Can you tell us, how does one develop this total spectrum of soft skills, whether at the workplace or, because it's not like sometimes we establish it's not the classroom subject, so you can't go and sit in the classroom and say number one.
No.
So how do you develop it? How do you develop it? How do we add value to us?
So right now, we need to look at our individual careers and know exactly what we need. There are some virtues we need that would make our work easier, that would make us working with people more lively and for people to enjoy and not endure us. So now, when we know what we need for our various careers, then we look at how am I going to develop it? How do I develop it? Sometimes we have it and we've taken it for granted. So right now you should know, I mean, it's essential for you to ask your friends. It's essential for you to ask your colleagues, oh, what are my blind spots? What are my greatest attributes? Working with you, how do I make you feel? How do you enjoy me? So the things that they leave out, you know that those are the things that you do not possess, and you will make a conscious effort, because I mean, right now you have your career already, whether you're a patient or not, you're a nurse already, but you want to be one of the finest nurses, and so you're going to train yourself to have patience with first self-awareness. So this is when you know what you lack, you are able to find it and replace it. But if you do not even know, how do you fix yourself? So right now we need to have that self-assessment. As a person, how am I doing? As a leader, how am I doing? As a manager, how am I doing? As a team leader, how am I doing? How are my people enjoying me? I mean, emotional intelligence is when a subordinate comes to tell you about another subordinate who says something nasty about you, and you don't go fighting the person in the office that you, what's the Hannah would do with concern? I mean, soft skills, gossiping isn't part of soft skills. So if you think that you're watching that and your greatest skill that you brought to the table of work is gossip, or what we call grapevine, I'm sorry, it's not a healthy one. Yes, we need information, but don't be that ambassador. That isn't something that we should know you for. So it's essential that you come to the managing the information. For leadership purposes, it's emotional intelligence is important. The ability to take feedback. The ability to take feedback. It's not easy when people under you are pointing fingers at your blind spots. It's not easy. But I always tell myself that even if somebody that hates me tells me that mafunu kutu, like my cheeks are too big, what it means is that I'm looking overweight. So I need to cut down probably on my white intake, my bread intake, and whatever it is that I know makes me bloat so easily. So if you can take information from even those that hate you and use it to fix yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have the intention
humility.
to grow and humility. For leadership, it's service.
Yeah.
The moment you think that leadership is you are in charge, you are failing. Yes, I'm the boss. I mean, I have known great people that have failed in leadership because of the lack of humility, because of the lack of emotional intelligence. In fact, the very reasons why they have failed is because they lack the soft skills. So if you think, I mean, this person is brilliant, this person is intelligent, oh, when you bring out their CV, yes, all the letters behind the names, they have it. But yet, people do not like them. People do not enjoy them. People only endure them. So these are things that we have to consciously build depending on where you find yourself in a career in whichever organization. Consciously build it. I call something artificial niceness, where I wake up in the morning, it doesn't matter which mood I am in. The moment I start from the security gate of my business, oh, good morning, how are you? Good morning, how are you? Good morning, how are you? When I sit in the chair, I go like,
oh, it's fine now.
So much energy it took from me trying to be artificially nice. But guess what? I get people to do what I want them to do for me. And they enjoy being kind to me. Whereas there are people that are probably even above me that would not get people at their disposal.
It's such a sad thing.
Yes. So if you are not nice, please, tonight I've brought you this information. Artificial niceness is possible. Learn it.
Learn it, learn it, learn it. But, Ms. Nance, the opportunity where sometimes, you know, for instance, our cameraman, he's just doing a technical job. I mean, does his attitude matter for his job is just to make you look good, the people watching Facebook to just have a good look of you. That's all. It doesn't the way he doesn't need any soft skills, does he?
He does.
Why?
For everything you do, Comfort, he is the one that is taking the picture of you. He should mind how you put yourself together. If for any reason you are not appropriately seated, if for any reason your hair is falling off your face, or something is not right, it is his job. One without the soft skill will say that, I'm supposed to focus and I'm focusing. Whether her necklace falls or her earrings does this, I do not care. Another would shout and say, Kat, Mom, let me adjust your blouse for you so that you look appealing. And at the end of the day, the end product that goes out on the market to help educate the young people, he has contributed beyond. So he needs a certain kind of responsibility, teamwork. Teamwork is, yes, we are all doing this together. She's the presenter, but I am taking the video, but I want my presenter to look absolutely delicious in the video. That is the skill. And one can be unbodied. I used to have a team that whenever I got to the studio to do a live presentation on television, one of the guys would just shout like, Munye dede, Munye dede, ye dede, ye dede. Wherever my energy is, it starts building. These are cameramen, sound men, and hey girl, you look good. My God, hey, Miss Nancy. And then why you're so toughy? We need that on a daily basis. They pep talk us. And the moment I sit, I feel like a queen. I'm feeling all beautiful and all relaxed. And I'm like, oh my God, good evening, viewers. This is Miss Nancy, blah, 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 blah. Somebody is giving me the energy in the studio. And that person is only supposed to face my microphone, or that person is only supposed to take a video of what I'm doing. But they went ahead. So these are things.
Yeah.
These are things. And there are some I remember, and there are some I don't remember.
Why won't you remember them?
Because of how they made me feel. Some made me feel something, others did not make me feel anything. So if I happen to be in another boardroom where names are being mentioned, the one that made me feel is the first person whose name will come to my mind.
Just like Maya Angelou said. Or said, you know, it's not what you say to people, it's how you make people feel. And definitely if you feel good with them, you definitely like to have them around you. So if an opportunity opens up, or even if it's away from you, you would always say, well, you know what, this guy, the attitude is good. You go very far with him or her on a program that you are. So then in this case, Ms. Nancy, what kind of skill sets will you recommend, generic, that every single person, whether you are a barber or you are selling on the streets of Accra or maybe even Barcelona, or you are
wherever you are, whatever you do,
what generic soft skills should everybody have?
First, communication.
Communication. That one, I think you said it. That
teamwork.
Essential.
Knowing that together we rise, divided we fall.
Teamwork.
There are times that it's about you. You prove your worth. There are times that you work for the team to make sure that the business survives beyond your ability. It's essential. Then we have adaptability. There are people who are afraid of change. They hate change, even positive change. This is how these things have been done so long ago. They will stand in your way. People that lack adaptability, they are in the church. They may be hard people. They are in the church, they are in businesses, and they are physical blockades to progress and growth of businesses and organizations. They stand in the way because they are afraid to try something new. Oh, there is a former boss that used to have his way this way. Just this morning, I realized that there was a machine that I was supposed to use, and I thought that it was an outdated machine, and I had a more current machine, but the system that I am with prefers the security of the outdated machine. And so I had to bring myself home to learn how to use that outdated machine and forget about my 21st century machine, because the system says that this is how we keep our security. So you have to go with the flow. So I come in and I say that, oh, well, I have the latest technology and this is how it's supposed to be done. But the latest technology is not giving the business the security that is essential to them. Adapt to new environments, adapt to change, especially when it is positive. So we have communication, we have teamwork, adaptability, creative thinking, creativity, thinking outside the box.
We always say it, but we refuse to think outside the box. Sometimes in the box, but we are not thinking in the box. And then now
you do outside. And it's all got to do with being present. Being present at where you are. Being present in your work. You are at work. You are doing something, and it has become a routine such that you are not even paying attention to detail. If you were, there is a part of your brain that has virgin ideas on a daily basis that you could apply. But because you are not present, you are not involved, you are not excited about what you're doing, you are not thinking. And it's mostly because, Comfort, most people have careers they do not love. They do not love what they do for a living.
Wow.
It is things that you love that you take its thoughts to bed.
That's true.
Look at the people you love. Look at the shoe that you bought that you thought were gorgeous. You cannot, with me, I've slept with shoes before.
Hey.
Sister, my obsession. I put my money together and I buy that pair of shoes that I know. It's like I want to touch it and know that it's still there. This is my hard Ghana cedis that I used to buy this one. When you love things, you keep it by you.
That's true.
And because you love your
and
work.
it's in your heart. And so you think about it. How do you make it better?
You buy books. You listen to audio. You love your work. You are following the Springboard, because this is one of the best professional platforms giving information that enhances your growth. What are you monitoring on social media? Is it adding on or not? So if a person is present in what they do, they follow other people that do it so that they can learn from them. So being present helps you to get creative. Sleep, eat well, relax. Think about what you're doing so that your creativity would come up. So it's important for you to be creative and adapt and learn the teamwork and communicate effectively, and then manage time. Manage your time. A person that lacks the discipline of time management is unable to accomplish anything. See, knowing that I had an appointment with you at 6, I knew the time that I had to leave my office. It does not matter the traffic that I had to meet. I will still make it because I am managing my time.
And planning.
I am aware of where I'm going. I'm aware of the obstacles that I am facing. And so I plan towards it so that, yes, I would experience the obstacles, but I will still have the results that I want to achieve.
And you'll get here
on time. So it's important for us to have time management. One of the things that is affecting us as a nation, affecting us as a family, time management. Couples are losing the love in their relationships because madam does not know what time to get up if she wants to have a full makeup, so that she doesn't cause the whole family to be late for church.
Oh, sister, why?
So she knows that she wants to do it.
Sister, why?
And she gets up at 5:30.
Sister.
Uses 30 minutes to fix breakfast. And then everybody has to wait for money to do makeup for probably 1 hour. And by the time Daddy sees her face, he is so angry, impatient, irritated by the waiting that he's even unable to say, "I'll comfort you, look beautiful." Because he's angry already. Every Sunday morning, for lack of time management.
That is why emotional intelligence is very good. So that whilst you're waiting, you'll be, thinking about how you really enjoy having such a beautiful spouse or wife, and how you appreciate different aspects of your wife.
I mean, when the marriage is like a year or two old, you can get that.
Emotional intelligence is very important.
It's essential for the men.
Yes, it is.
Because the time management women are asking for help. So that is it. Time management, working within time, delivering, projects on time. Sometimes you've done something amazing. Just send it ahead of time so that if there was any error in there, your boss will fix it before it gets to the next person who has to see it finally. But if you're sending everything late, and you're always saying that my boss, when they were asking questions, my boss was pretending not to know what I did and was not in support of my ideas. Time management. So managing your time, integrity. Comfort, it's essential for people to say what they mean and mean what they say. Integrity.
Very essential.
Yeah. Who are you? Do your colleagues trust you? You are leading a project. Do your colleagues trust you that you will lead it well? Do you have people that understand that, oh, Comfort, when she says that she's getting Miss Nancy, by hook or crook, it will happen? Or we trust you that, well, you will not try so hard, and so if you get anybody, you bring anybody on Springboard, a platform like this that has been built with integrity and it has got that kind of image over the years. And you get a producer, if you were not involved yourself, you get a producer that doesn't care and that says that, okay, so every Thursday we are live. So any person, her friends, her brother's friend, her uncle's sister's brother, any person around, because they do not want to work. A person wants to be into production but lacks, the basics of production, which is contacts. You want to do production, you need to know people. Who do you know? How do you become essential? So
and it's not even willing to learn.
Look at your wonderful lady. Look at the times that she would call. Yesterday I had the reminder call. Today I had a call. Are you close? The person is on the job. So yesterday she called. Immediately I picked up. I said, "We are on tomorrow, God willing. See you. Bye bye." I said bye bye. And today she will decide that, oh, Miss Nancy said we are on. Miss Nancy, do you back? And probably I get overwhelmed with something and I forget.
Yeah, Comfort, I'm sorry, yo.
Last minute, set up the human resource, all will go wasted. So it is for people to learn these things. keeping your word, being there, being present, having trust. If you have all of these things, people will enjoy working with you. You will grow. And these are skills that when you have, it is more powerful than witchcraft. It opens doors for you that you do not even deserve. The soft skills. Because you lack them, somebody is standing in your way because of how you made them feel. Just because you're intelligent. Just because you know everything. You make everybody feel like they cannot do anything. And so when opportunities are coming to you, these people are standing in your way because the little that you know, the little that you have,
the way you lord it over them,
if they make you grow, and so they will become physical wizards in your life without flying.
Right. So, Miss Nancy, as we bring today's discussion to an end, can you share with us how mentoring plays a role in helping us build our soft skills and the right attitude that we need in the workplace?
You need somebody to look up to.
Right.
And if you have, I told you that your husband and you are my mentors as far as my relationship goals are concerned. I watch you, I see what you do. Anytime I see you do something together, I smile and I say, this is me someday. Amen. I'm looking up to you too. In other aspects of my life, I've had other people, both in this country and outside this country, that I look at. I have had mentors in fictitious characters in movies. Oh, yes. It's not a true story.
It's not a true story.
It's a fiction.
Yeah.
But I saw a character. The strength of that character was so appealing, I wanted to be. So it's important for you, if you want to go far, there are people that has gone ahead of you. You may not necessarily be exactly Miss Nancy. You may not be exactly Comfort Okran, but there is an aspect of her that you can add to you that would help you. But what is your essence if you're going down with all of, for you, the mentor? What is your essence if you have no lives to touch? And I have said that I do not need people that watch me on social media and say that they are digital mentees. You come and see me, I dress up, I go to Glitz, say, oh, Mama, one, you know, when I grow up, I want to be like you. Do you know how I got about that dress? Probably it's loaned. But if you come close to me, you will know that, oh, there is a place that she can pick stuff up, and then she'll send them to the laundry. Somebody rents clothing in Accra, somebody does this. It probably isn't hers. Then you get to know that, this blouse, the last time she wore it with a blazer on it too, and some pants and a work. Then today she's wearing it with jeans. So I don't need to break my bank account. If you want people to mentor you, get physically close and stop hiding behind social media and say, my mommy, my auntie. I mean, how do you learn? Because Comfort, if you don't come close to me, you will not know that beyond this glam, I go to the Malata market. I go to Malata market not because I do not like the supermarket, because it's fine for my pocket.
No, you know, I mean,
it is better for my pocket.
Oh no, actually, I still go to Jabugloshi. I still go to Jabugloshi to go and buy the food in bulk. I mean, on depending on when Christ Temple used to be at Jabugloshi, I'll go there after Sunday church. So I'll bring something and change into it after church, and then just go to the market and go and buy my stuff.
I remember my onion seller telling me one day, Madam Pachomi Biswasamat, and you won't have a TV so no. Makate me kuno sa madam for no to jene or me horse or me boa. No bad to say we won't to jene.
But you eat, don't you? Anyway, you know.
So, I mean, for the mentors and the mentees, mentor allow people to come close enough. I said close enough.
Enough, yeah.
Not everybody needs to see everything. Your chocho-mocho. And then for the mentees, do not just look behind and see the glory and wish it or want to be it. Get close enough to see the realities, and your lives will be better.
Those are powerful words that Miss Nancy is leaving with us today. So You realize that soft skills are not only needed, but they are essential. It is what will move you to that next level. It is what will keep you in the game. And most importantly, it is what will hold you up as you move from level to level. This is the Springboard Hangout, the only place where you have fun and you learn at the same time. So we come your way again next week with another exciting edition. Don't forget, we love you. Sunday evening at 5 p.m. I want to see you on ETV because this program will be repeated there. And at 7 o'clock, make a date with Albert because you'll be coming your way on Springboard, your virtual university. So until next week, when we meet again, remember, I love you. Life is a gift. Enjoy it. God bless you. You are the best. Bye.